Welcome back to The Big Show. It's Alex Belfield talking to my favourite people and the world's biggest stars. And we've got a proper, real star for you now. Melanie, how are you?
I'm good. I like the word star.
Yeah, but you are, because you're transatlantic. Everybody knows you in Vegas. Everybody knows you in New York and Milan and Paris and here in London. It must be fun being you.
Oh, my God, that sounds a lot. You know, I don't even really think about it like that. I just do what I do and I love it. When you put it like that, you'll make me paranoid.
Is it nice wherever you go, the fact that people will open doors for you, or is it annoying that when they open the doors, everybody wants to talk to you because you're Mel B?
Well, I think it's kind of a little bit nice and old school, especially if a gentleman's opening the door for you. I'm just me, so I just get on with things. You know, I don't worry or stress out too much. I'm not really a stressor. I'm just more of a doer.
When you look at your life now, sat here in a swanky London hotel compared to your upbringing, I mean, it was very normal, wasn't it?
It was really normal. You know, we didn't grow up with a lot of fancy luxury stuff, but my mum and dad were really hard workers and they made the most of what they had. And we had a great childhood. I've got really good memories about growing up in Leeds especially. But, you know, now, of course, I've got my own family. I'm living in LA. I get to, you know, meet people like you and come and travel and do this, that and the other and, you know, work and things. And I'm 35, so I'm older. Life is a little bit different. Of course it would be.
I've looked at your story and I think tenacity sums it up. You never gave up, did you?
No, I'm never going to give up. No, I'll do that when I'm dead. I don't know about if I was going to make it, but I definitely was going to try and get there and enjoy what I was doing and enjoy the whole process and entertain at the end of the day.
When I look at the Spice Girls, it seems like the dynamic worked in the beginning because you all had different skills. There were the cute ones, there were the business ones, there were the quiet ones, and you seem to be the one that continually pushed forward and made sure that you got on stage at night. Is that true?
I don't think I was the loud, obnoxious one, to be honest. But, you know, we were 5 girls. We're still really good friends to this day, and it still works. It's just we're all mums now doing our own thing.
How do you make that work where you're hugely private in one way with your kids and with your family and with your husbands, and then you suddenly switch that off and you're stood on stage in front of 1 million people doing what you do?
Well, it's like, I mean, that's what you just do. I mean, we're all really, you know, good performers in our own eyes, and, you know, you get on stage and you just forget about everything else and you just do you, and you do the group and you sing your song that you wrote and you just enjoy yourself.
Is there any better thrill than singing those songs, regardless of what it is? Just that adoration from the audience and the big lights and the band and all that stuff. Is that what you live for?
I think sometimes, I mean, back in the day especially, I'd sometimes forget the words. It was more about just me being up on stage with my 4 mates, really enjoying myself and just getting to travel the whole world and that whole experience that comes along with that. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
You're only in your mid-30s now. How much pressure is there?
I'm mid-30s. Oh, my God, I'm nearly on my way to 40. 35, I think, is quite a big age for a woman to turn, because you're not like 34, 33. You're like nearly on your way to like 37, 39, 40. But also I'm very family orientated, as in my kids have certain responsibilities to earn their pocket money. You know, I've tried to have a structure where they do understand the value of money because they are in a privileged life, and we just have fun at the end of the day.
How do you do that? Because I spoke to Gordon Ramsay recently and he says the kids fly economy whilst I fly first class. What are your rules on things like that? Because if the kids think it's normal to have a flat bed, that doesn't really give them perspective.
Well, I'm merely flying jets, but apart from that, you know, my 11-year-old, she has a chore to feed and walk the dog. She knows to tidy her room. Even Angel knows if she plays with her toys and makes her room a mess, she puts them all away. We all have our phones off at dinner time and we all help set the table and we help do all the dishes. I mean, we're just like a regular family in that respect, but we do have quite a nice life as well.
We're going to talk about the future in a minute, but one of the things that you just mentioned is musicals, and that's going to be a big part of your life in the next few years because they're going to do Spice Girls, the musical.
Yeah.
I guess this has got to be something new, hasn't it? Because the kind of songbook thing's been done now with We Will Rock You and ABBA with Mamma Mia. What's going to be new about the Spice Girls musical?
I don't know. I haven't read what she's done yet. But she's met us all and she's really got a feel for a lot of our behind-the-scenes stories and things like that. So she's busy. Judy Kramer's busy writing with Jennifer Saunders, and hopefully the story's going to reflect us as a group. And if not, we'll just rewrite it again.
The interesting thing about you is your physicality of late. Let's face it, everybody has been mesmerised by how good you look and how physical you've become and into all the DVDs and stuff like that. Why are you frowning? Am I saying something that is...
I think it's funny.
When you were in the Spice Girls days, you looked like just the average girl from Leeds. Now you just look tremendous, and I'm sat here looking at you.
Yeah, but I've got hair and makeup on. I've been doing a shoot all day, so this morning I didn't wake up with my eyelashes on and things like that.
This is what I need advice, though, especially with my man boobs, which I know you're looking at and have looked at several times through this interview. How do I love it as much as you so that I can look a bit like you? Well, not totally like you.
Well, I work out and I eat somewhat healthy, and I think everything in moderation and balance. You know, I started working, the first time I ever stepped foot in a gym was 3 years ago, because I put on so much baby weight and I wanted to kind of lose it. And I just started like doing it bit by bit since then. It kind of has been one of my things that has taken over a little bit.
Do you think you were born to be fat? I think I was born to be fat, because the minute I take my eye off the ball, I go up 6 stone. Were you born to be gorgeous?
No, I don't think anyone's born to be gorgeous or fat. It's what you make of yourself. You just try and be the best, I guess, the best version that you can be of yourself.
And is it a regime then? Do you wake up in the morning with a certain breakfast, the muesli, or do you avoid the carbs? Is there any plan?
Well, you know what? I'm really spoiled because my husband is like a gourmet chef. Like, he enjoys cooking all day long. If it was up to him, he would just cook all day long. He's constantly got his head in the fridge, figuring out what recipe goes with this. In fact, whenever we're in London, he actually goes and cooks at this French restaurant down the street in the Mayfair. He enjoys it that much. So he literally cooks me everything, from a nice healthy breakfast to a nice like chicken and vegetables, and it's all tastes amazing because he seasons it all the night before. So here, when I'm here by myself, I have wine and wine and bread.
And in terms of what you give him back then, he's cooking for you, he's the big movie star maker. What's in the deal for him to cook for
Yes, me. Which probably half the time is like, oh God.
We all love the fact that you say what you think. Are you better now at not saying exactly what you think until you've thought about it? Because that used to get you in a lot of bother, didn't it?
Well, I think the older you get a little bit more tactful, and especially when you have kids as well, you want to be a little bit more responsible. And I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to be a bit of Scary Spice. I'm always going to be the one that just says what she thinks. But I think I've just become a little bit nicer and worldlier, because when you travel and you see certain cultures and differences, you really do appreciate who you are and what you've got and where you've come from. So you just become a little bit more humble.
And where do you go from here? Obviously, we get to see an insight into you we've never seen before, and there's got to be a little bit of theatre in there. You're saying that it's mostly really you.
It's really not theatre in there. You'll see it and you go, oh, right, okay, that is her.
Is it aggravating, though, to have these people poking cameras in your face 24/7?
Not really, because I walk down my driveway and they're already there waiting for me anyway.
We're sorry we've lost you. Are we ever going to get you back living in this country?
I don't know. In the last 3 months, I've been back here every single month for 6 days. So I get to come back a lot.
Don't you miss Coronation Street? I mean, Norris is just brilliant on there at the minute.
I do miss Coronation Street. I was actually in Coronation Street as an extra years and years ago. And Bev Callard, her daughter's my best friend from school.
Who were you on screen with? What happened?
No, I was packing tins. I was an extra. I didn't talk.
So were you in the supermarket thing
Yeah.
with Ken Morley, were you?
Yeah, with the blue anorak thing on.
What's that Bev Callard really like? Because, of course, she's got a DVD out doing fitness, hasn't she, as well?
She's really nice. I mean, I've grown up with her daughter, and I used to go around to her house and do like sleepovers and things like that. She was a really cool mum back in the day, and she still is.
Hey, listen, Mel, really lovely to talk to you. When do you go back to the States, then?
Wednesday morning.
Have you got your own private jet, or will you be flying?
No, not this time.
All right, we'll just hire a few beds so nobody has to sit next to you. It can be really annoying when people
Exactly.
pass wind and things.
I don't want to be snoring in front of anyone.
That's all you need. And with those video camera things, you wonder what people are recording when you close your eyes.
Oh, I don't really care.
All right. Music, when are you going to be back bringing out an album or some music? Because we need to hear.
I just did a song with Ludacris that's out on my last episode, so I'm back in the studio when I get back.
Mel B, we love you very much. Thank you so much for your time, and safe journey back to...
said that.
I know, and then you keep saying something and we start again. Drink your wine. I'll see you soon.
Thank you.